Hey young guys, I really hope this is working, and we'll get to it. I'm just going to double check to see if this is working. Yeah, it is working. Awesome. Okay, well I hope there is sound and everything coming through now. I'm just going to quickly check a few things. That's awesome, done, and we're good to go. Now I don't have my laptop set up at the moment, but I think I might get that set up very shortly, and we'll get the flight underway. So yeah, I've been away for a vacation. I am now home and looking to get back into some streaming and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just setting up some annexes and all that sort of stuff there. So I'm just going to get rid of my co-pilot so you can't see that. So yeah, we're sitting at Gold Coast. Flew up from Sydney to the Gold Coast. We're actually going to be doing a Gold Coast to Sydney run today. This is the updated ZIBO mod and updated X-Plane. We do also have Active Sky Next running as well, so we're going to have a bit of fun with that. Now X-Plane has had a big increase in frames. Like sometimes I get 30 frames, sometimes I get 25, but yeah, overall it is great to see. Now I do have both my FMCs set up, so I've got that one set up on a phone and this one here is set up on my tablet. Now the only problem in doing that, I cannot see any chats or anything like that, so bear with me. And I'm gonna we won't worry about the FMC on that CDU for now. I'm just going to turn on the YouTube channel on my phone so I can see the channel chat, or the game chat. So there we go. She's up and going. I wonder. Alright. Okay, so we're going to get straight into it. I've already got all of my stuff, QVIRTUAL set up, ready to go. And from there we'll just, yeah. Alright, so we're going down to Sydney, guys. So we'll start up setting up our fuel. So using our little tablet to our left. Now you can actually get this tablet. How you going? Welcome to the stream. You can actually get this tablet set up on an external tablet now too, so I'm going to look into that. Right, so we're going to take, I reckon we're going to take 19.2 ton today, or kilos. 19.2, yeah, so that's 90,000, so we're going to take 19,000 ton. 0.2 in the payload, and our fuel today is 7. Literally 7 on the dot. So our planned fuel today, we're only going to use 6.7, but our total fuel that we're taking today is 7,000 litres. So that is the aircraft set up right there. Alright, so what we're going to do is go ahead and give it some realism. So listen to that annoying shit in the background. I'm going to close that up so it's not as loud. No. Let them do their thing. I'll make sure that we've got a few doors open for the outside, and we'll get on with setting up the aircraft. So we'll go ahead and turn battery on, and we'll go ahead and turn ground power on. So we'll just use the ground power and go from there. We're going to quickly just set up ACARS. What I might do, I'm going to run the I don't know if I can run the two tablets together. Now, for some reason, my IP changed. So I have to reset it. No, there it is. Alright, so if we have a look down here, I'm actually using the tablet, the FMC on the other side now, with a totally new app. So it's really good. Put that in there. That's the Gold Coast. Now, I've already got the wind and everything on that, so as you can see, the Addons popped up pretty quickly. because we've already got active sky running, so active sky will be pretty damn close to what we've got, which is pretty damn close to what we've got. It's exactly the same, so that's good. Alright, so we'll go ahead and set up the rest of the aircraft. Alright, so make sure that they're off. That's on. And we'll get the APU started in a second. We'll just turn them on for now. And then go ahead and do that. So turning on the IRS around to inline. Let's do our tests. Oops. Turn that annoying noise off. On the emergency lights, and we'll go down here and do our oxygen for the first flight of the day. Done that. We're going to test our lights real quickly. And done. We'll have a look around the cab real quick, just to make sure that we got our lights sorted. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this semester as well with uni, because we actually start flight lab training. So I'm quite keen on getting into that sort of stuff. Alright, so we're going to set our altimeter. So that's 1018. And we're going to go set the barrow as well to our 1,000 feet above the airport, which is 1,030. Stop. That was a bit too far. Mouse button got stuck down, or something got stuck down. We'll just use the mouse wheel. There we go. And that is it there. So that's all that done. Pretty sure we're good for now. Alright, so let's go ahead and check this FMC out. Now I'm going to do everything on my tablet because it's right in front of me, but you will see everything that we're doing down there. Alright, so going ahead and putting our position in. Now I'm just going to do this botchy. I'm not going to really go full out today, but it is a full flight. It's not a tutorial, but take everything with a pinch of salt. I don't know the gate, so I'm not going to even bother this time around. I didn't really have a look at what gate we were flying out of today, so I wasn't even expecting to fly today, so that would be one of these annoying things here that I didn't depress properly. Okay. Alright, so now we need to do a co-route, which I think we were doing Gold Coast to Sydney. Yep, that's it. Flight number today is QF 861. And the runway today. Now, if the wind is coming from the good old runway 170. Now I don't know. Let me see if I've actually got one set up yet. I don't think I have one downloaded for X-Plane. We'll go and get one anyways. I'm just gonna make sure that I put it all on the plugins, not the add tab, resources, charts. There it is. Alright, so if we go over here and check out our charts. So I've got a few things like set up, so that's checklists on charts. So what we're just looking for is the Gold Coast one. Alright, so it's coming from direction of 170. So that's 32, so we'll be leaving on runway 14. So we can go ahead and do that. So runway 14, done. There we go, and we'll activate that, which is perfectly alright there. Alrighty, so we'll just go perf int, and then we'll do our 0 fuel weight, and our reserves today is 0.3, would you believe it or not? 300 kilos. Cost index today is 5, clear that out of the way, and we're using 6.7 tons of fuel today, clear that. There we go. Our flight level altitude is 360. Flight level 360, and our crosswind today is 170 at 8, which has been confirmed by our FMC, which is the active sky one, and our current ISO deviation. If we click that, nope, that doesn't work. ISO deviation today is 8 degrees, so I'll just chuck that in there. So activate that, move on to N1. And outside temperature, so if we have a look at our outside temperature, 20, we'll go down here, I've already put it in, so yep, 20 is each. As you can see, the N1 is 99.3. Now I don't really want it that close to 100, so we're going to go ahead and do a debrate down to that and do a climb rate of just normal, so just doing 24 instead of 26k, so I don't particularly want to be too hot. Our flaps today will be 5. Take off with our trim set for 4.92. Runway wind as well, so that's again 170 at 8, just like that, boom, and then we'll go over here and have a look at the elevation. Alright, so we're going to bring up the trusty calculator here. Alright, trusty old calculator. Alright, so we have elevation of 21 and an elevation of 13. So 21 minus 13 gives us 8. By the length of the whole runway, which we will use the length of the runway according to the FMC, which was divided by 8,192 times 100, which gives us 0.09. So it's a because it's down as well, we'll be using a downslope of 0.1. So we'll just round it up, and the runway heading we can find out just by doing a search for, I don't know, an approach of some sort. Find me an approach that's runway 14, which is pretty much on the money. Pretty much on the money of runway 14. Final approach out. Final approach fix. So 139. So that's the heading. Alright, so 139. We'll go down there. Done. Alright, so we're pretty much done there. Now we just check to see what our V speeds are, which they're pretty good. We're going to actually change that V speed to, we're going to change it up to 152. 152. Just because I feel like it. Okay. It's a bit too slow for my liking, so we're going to turn that on, and we're good to go. Now that's basically all you need to do. If you want to do it a little bit more realistically, go for it, but that's pretty much all you need to set up our lovely little aircraft. So we'll go over here and tell them to shut up, and we'll start them loading. Alright, so we're pretty much all good to go. So we're going to start setting up our runway. As you can see, 139, 139, so we'll go ahead and put 139 in here as well. No, back this way, thank you. And we'll put our altitude up to, I don't know, we're cleared to 1300. Simple as that. Okay, Put this up to 152. And we're good to go there. Alright, so we can go ahead and test out a few things. Now, I probably should have done this a little bit earlier, but we're just going to quickly do it before we start the APU. Alright, I'm done. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start the APU.
Guys, the wheel's on board.
APU is now starting. No, shush. We'll start that. I clicked it the wrong way. Oh wells. Alright, so now the lights are on because we're starting up. So we can go ahead and close that. Give that as a test while we're waiting. Done. And make sure they're turned off now. A little bit arse about backwards, but hey, I'm getting back into the game, alright? Alright, refueling and everything's done, so turn the chimes on and give us the a 10 button, and they will start putting their seats back on. As you can see, we dropped down to 19, but I did have a good 34 yesterday. I'd say it's because the aircraft's turning on. Got all of this in front of you. Alright, APU's on. Go ahead and turn that off. And we'll go ahead and start the procedure. So coming down from the left, making sure they're all closed, low pressure's on, and oh, that's turned off. Normal and auto. All fuel pumps on. We don't need the centers. Alright, checking to see that all of these are down. All good. Generators are still off. Moving down the center console part of it. We've established the fasten seatbelt sign and all that already sorted. We've already tested those, so window heat now is on. Turn on the bleed, and those on, and turn that to auto. They're off. And let's set, and we got 0 and 0, which is the cabin altitude pressure. Now we'll set our flight level up to 360. No, 360. It's getting stuck for some reason. I don't know why it does that sometimes. It just does. Alright, making sure that we have our cabin pressure altitude on auto too. That's all good. We're done. Just do a couple of checks. And making sure that a few other bits and pieces are sorted. All good. Alrighty. That's part of the aircraft's done, so we're just going to do a quick departure off runway 14. We'll do a just a vector. I'm not going to worry about doing anything else, so I'll just do a vector straight out down to where we're going. So our vector today is going to be at 700 feet. Once we hit 700 feet, then we can head out straight to our chosen area. So basically we'll vector out to wherever that is on the map. Have a look at plan. So our old vectors are around about 10 out. Our vectors said above 6,000, 600. So once we're above 600, we can go straight to our top of cruise over to our new area, which will be our flight level. By the time we get to that flight level, apparently we're going to be at flight level 320 by the time we get up there. So I'll vector all the way out and then head over that direction. Then we'll head on. Alright, so yeah, we'll sort out the, we probably would do the approach now, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'll sort that out when we get up in the air. Gives us more stuff to do while we're up there. So let's do our better pushback and let's get out of here. remove the chocks, and we'll get better pushback. Pre-planned. I don't think I have done. Yeah, I haven't done this with the Gold Coast yet. So that's pretty much. Actually, we'll delete that. We'll bring him around the corner. Around here. Once we're done, let's get going, eh? So we'll go better pushback again and request to leave.
Ground to cockpit, so it's running up right now.
Alright, so we'll do the anti-collision light on now, which will close all the doors, hopefully. All doors are closed.
Boarding is now complete. Flight attendants prepare the cabin. Verify on door standby for all call.
So yeah, I didn't really set any of the radios up, but they should all be all preset. Yeah, they're all preset. So what we'll do is we'll preset that for Sydney. I think that's Sydney. Might be 210 actually. Better do that. I think it's 210. Yeah, that one looks better. So closed. Ready. Alright, so he's going to connect up right now. And what we're going to do real quickly, just bring back the trim. Alright, trim set. And we'll go ahead and turn off the bleed airs and the left and right pack. So we can get ready for a pushback and start. Alright, release parking brake, and then we will be... Alright, starting engine number 2. Having a look down here at the engine console. Oh, we just lost all sound. I don't know what happened there. Just went really quiet. Really quiet for some reason, and that was weird. Someone just like talked to me for a second. Alright, it's 25N2. We'll speed. We'll turn on the power now. Start the engines. Just watch that N2 sort itself out there. Alright, starting engine 1. N2. Starting very nicely. N2's creeping up there. It should stable out at the same at 58.6. We've already got a discrepancy in both engines, but that's alright. Oh, not both engines, but both fuel tanks. Alright, so go ahead and swap that out. Turn on our probe. Turn on the hydraulics, turn on the bleed airs, APU off. Continuous on the both engines and APU turned off completely. The auto throttle, and we'll go over to our systems page, do our checks. And that's it there. Cool. Set our flaps to 5. So flaps is now set down to 5. And blank out the bottom the bottom MDF. Setting the parking brake. Cute.
Alright, mate, disconnecting toes, standby.
Alright, so flaps are set. We're waiting for old mate to disconnect now. Parking brake is done. We're pretty much ready, good to get going, flying. So before takeoff, configuration check, flaps green light. Trims are set. Takeoff briefing, we've already done that. Cabin is secure, we'll do that in a second. MCP is set, which we already have done. Transponder is TATR, but we're out here, so we're just going to turn it on that. Strobe lights on and landing lights on. Alright, so basically we're just going to set that ready to go, so it can be alt on or alt off. That's alright. Set our flight directors. That would have been done a little whiles back, but like I said, doing things a little bit ass around backwards today. Alright, so old mate is now going to bugger off over whoop whoop area somewhere. Alright, so we can get going. Alrighty, so taxi lights on. We're not going to worry about our turning lights today. Alright. Gold Coast down, it's Quantum Flights 861 taxiing to runway 14 via taxiway Delta. I don't know what taxiways they were. Let me double check it before I be stupid. Ah, there we go. My bad. Gold Coast ground is Qantas flight 861 taxiing to runway 14 via taxiways Echo Charlie. Holy short of runway 14. Alright, so we're just going to head out there now. That's the tower there. And obviously some more little areas that I've seen around before on the Gold Coast, but that's cool. General aviation over to our right, where all the schools and stuff are. I landed here quite some time ago. I haven't flown on this for yonks. I like that, 500 kilos max apparently. Alright, so we're coming up here on a small runway. It is very tiny. Very, very tiny runways. I didn't think there was a runway down that way. As you can see, max 5,700. So yeah, it's the training facilities down there. So you can't really taxi big aircraft like this down there. So tiny, tiny runway, as you can see. Very tiny runway. So the chart that I was using is a little out of date. Yeah, well, that little area, just there, it's where most of the, it's like a hold. Oh no, that's a little hold. That's where the run-up bay is for the little GA aircraft. As you can see, the sign back there, it did say run-up. So that's where they park into the wind and run up their engines, make sure they're all good to go, ready to fly. Alright, so we'll go ahead and configure the flaps to configure the aircraft for takeoff. Turn on that to TAR. Gold Coast Towers, Qantas Flight 861 at holding runway 14 for the south departure to Sydney. So they've just said line up and wait, so we're going to line up and wait on the runway. Weather radar on, and last but not least, terrain radar as well. Excuse me. Gold Coast down, it's Qantas Flight 861, lining up and waiting, runway 14. And they'll come back and do whatever they need to do, and then, yeah. So they've cleared us for takeoff. So Gold Coast Tower, Qantas Flight 861, cleared for takeoff, south departure to Sydney, approved. Alright, so we're cleared for departure. We're going to run it up now. That is just the flaps, because the flaps are sitting on a annex, so I don't really care about that little thing that's beeping at me. I need to figure out why the dead zone is really annoying on it.
Do you want rotate?
Rotating. And we're up. Oh, did rate gear up? I bumped a flap there. $400 feet. Flaps up 1. So that should be, yeah, flaps up 1. One more. There we go.
1,000.
V speed's on. So VNAV turned on now. Alright, so we're above 1,000. So we're going to head over to our first checkpoint. So we'll go ahead and turn LNAV on now. And we'll start turning around with it. And clean up the aircraft. Flaps down. Lock that into off. When it decides to go in there, we'll sort it out. Alright, we'll turn off those, turn off the externals, turn that on to auto as well. That's the head up, overhead done. Alright, that's sorted itself out. I really like this aircraft. Like, this is the updated, I think this is the beta as well. I updated it all yesterday and it was working fine. I forgot to do the clock. I always forget to do it. So it's what are we? A minute already in the air, so that's okay. One thing that I didn't do though. Oh no, I did start it. That's okay. I forgot about that. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. We just took off from the Gold Coast. We're heading down to Sydney. And yeah, we'll endeavour to try out our landing again, because I haven't flown the aircraft for quite some time. So we'll be flying for a bit, but we're on our way up. Alright, so at the moment I'm flying manually. So we're just going to change that around the 223. Oh, there we go, 223. Alright. Yeah, this is just a refresher for myself. I'm actually getting in the D-Class simulator training in the next 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I've actually got 3 weeks of theory before I can actually attempt to fly in the sim. So I already done one lesson. I've got a couple of lessons next week and a couple of lessons the week after, and then we get in the sim of the D-Class, which I cannot wait. I'm really looking forward to the 737 D-Class sim. So we start that in a little under 2-3 weeks time. So yeah, I just wanted to whack out my sim and get some closure on what I think I need to know, which I hope. I'm not going to say I'm a genius at it, but I hope I'm good enough. Alright, so we're at top of trans level, so standard, and lights off. Alright, and we're above the 10,000 mark, so I normally go autopilot from this point in time, and that zoomed us right in there. And we'll go from there. So I'm just going to put us up to our flight level here. It just keeps zooming in on us. Get rid of that. I thought I got rid of those so they stop popping up midstream. Alright, so flight level 360 is set. We got our standard set and we're climbing quite nicely. We're going to quickly have a look at the FMC. Now, the FMC is linked to my tablet, remember? So you'll see the FMC moving around in bits and pieces like that. So we have a few bits here that will tell us what's going on. Top of cruise is 56 nautical miles away, which is stated by right there. So 2 top of cruise, and we'll be there at 0207 Zulu, or 07 Zulu hours. That's an average. Alright, we do have the wind of where we are at the moment and how much fuel we're going to have when we get to Sydney. Now, what I'm going to do with this now, we won't really do it just yet because this does change closer we get to Sydney. So we'll just leave it at that. It'll probably be around about 3.3, I believe. We'll see. I'm betting that it's not, but it will most likely be that. But what we do need to do while we are on our cruise is set up our SID. So I'm going to quickly dash over to Active Sky. Normally I would have had all the approaches and all that sort of stuff sorted prior to logging into the sim, but I just wanted to do it a different way today. So we're going to, wherever I find my pen, there it is. Alright, so Active Sky is up on my computer, and the wind is 280 at 12 knots in Sydney at the moment, and the pressure is 1017. We can have a double look at that in the coming hour or so that we'll be flying, but 280. So if we go over here, get rid of this one here and go to the Sydney one. I believe I had Sydney. Sydney's there. There it is. Now the heading for this one is 335 and the heading for this one is 155. 280 will be coming from there, so we will be landing on a 34 left. Alright. So we'll go down to the good old approach page again, and we'll find 34 left. We'll just do an ILS. I won't be doing the auto ILS, I'll just be doing a normal one. Now we're going to pick our star. Now normally if I had Navigraph set and a few other bits and pieces, the star will be assigned to me. We'll go ahead and pick our own one because I feel like flying by myself today and don't like listening to anyone. Just for simulation's sake, just say that the that's departures. I don't want any departures, they're all SIDs. I want arrivals. Now the problem is I think most of these are just the approach phase, not the arrival page. Passionate Escobar. Yeah, I have a feeling they are. That's alright. We're going to come in from Bora 980 anyway, I think. If we have a look at our legs down here. See, you can see bore, so we're going to do the 9A bore. So, well, yeah, I think we'll link up that one. Because that's where we're coming in from. So if I go there, we're going to have a look at a few different things. So, we do have a vector, which is great. One thing I didn't do, not a lot of people do this, but I do, because it's part of the SOPs, but not a lot of people worry about that bottom one. But I do, just for the sheer sake of, if I want to do this, I can still see the little screen, just like this here. So if I go plan, zoom out one, and go down here, there it is there. So now I can go step through and see a few bits and pieces that I need to find. So there's our top of descent, crookie, bore. Now this is our star here. So as you can see, it's going to take us straight over the top of the whoops, I was pressing the wrong button there twice. I don't know why. Alright, so Ovis is there somewhere. There it is. And then it kicks us out to the right on the far side of runway, on the left-hand side of runway 34 left. So we'll be coming in on a left-hand circuit. We've got a vector. So this is really good. I'm not gonna get rid of this vector because at 10,000 feet I'll be traveling. I'll be flying the aircraft. So the vector can stay out here, and then as you can see there, so if we zoom in just a little bit more, you can see that's where Nash is. Once Nash is over, then that's our vector line there. I can link that up if I want, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to manually fly this whole thing, so I'll just click on that. We're good to go there. So we'll just double check to make sure that is great. And nothing has changed. Yep, we're all good. So that's that in a nutshell. So we're going to go ahead and turn that off and put that back on 40 for now, and we are pretty much set to land soon. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and turn that over to the bank level of 10 degrees. I always preempt it. The reason I'm doing that now is we should, around about 28 to 20, flight level 280 to 300, you want to be doing no more than 10 degrees bank, just because there's not a lot of wind up there, or air, to keep the plane afloat. And if you bank too much, you can end up stalling. So nice small turns is better than really steep turns. Now it's simulated, so sometimes it don't work, sometimes it works. This is the ZIBO mod. It is in beta phase, so I have problems with it, and many people do. But this is the first time I've flown it since I've updated it. If you want to look at the updates, it's not going to show up why that's on. That is my update that I'm flying there. I'm flying the version 3.38 5.8 version, the most recent version of the ZIBO mod, with the flight model of the 3.2 and the sound pack of the 700-190R4 Rev 1. Most updated ZIBO, so if anyone has any discrepancies and want to ask me questions, go for it. Everyone's been having problems with their ZIBO. I believe it is pilot error. I have tried to rectify the problem, and it hasn't. There has been no problems on my end, so I haven't been able to, see what their problem is at all. And yeah, so I'm going to put my finger down and say that is pilot error. Now looking at this horizon here, that was not 10 degrees despite me putting bank level of 10 degrees there. If I use the heading cell tab, it would definitely do the 10 degree bug. But yeah, the LNAV for some reason does not like doing that. Alright, 190 is our new heading on the way down to Sydney, and we are very close. We're about 6,000 feet away from our new flight there, new flight level. So basically now it's just a hurry up and wait scenario. So yeah, I've been actually really busy on holidays, sleeping, seeing parents, and having a good old time away from university. So, but now I'm back in university and I got to get back into the game by learning how to fly this big bad boy. I can't wait to get in the D-class sim. We're doing about 6 exercises, so that's 12 hours in the sim, and a lot of theory behind that as well. So that's this semester. Next semester we'll be pumping it up to like 150 hours. But getting in there and doing stuff in the 737, I think there's like we'll be taking off from runway 19 left from Brisbane, doing a circular landing, and then the next time we'll be taking off runway 19 left, but we'll be back out on the taxiway, and then going out and doing a circuit and coming back. That's the second exercise. The third exercise is going to be a little different to that again, and then the fourth exercise we actually taxi out from the gate, and then the fifth exercise is we do a small flight from the Gold Coast to Brisbane, which is unconventional, but to get us, we've got to do it twice. So we have a pilot monitoring section and a pilot in command section, so we have to swap with our partner. So basically an hour flight each, technically 2 hours, and we also get it logged, which is really, really good. It'll be part of our flight time for future flying. So yeah, really looking forward to it. I cannot wait. So yeah, I'll be doing YouTube videos. I don't know if I'll be streaming, but I will be doing a YouTube video of exactly what I did in the sim. I'll be coming home and doing the flight, probably not that afternoon, but that day, the next day, I'll probably be redoing the flight in the sim, and showing you exactly what I did with the proper standing operating procedures and charts and all that sort of stuff that will be handed in our notes and stuff like that. So I won't be able to, I don't think I'll be able to show it to you on screen, but I'll be able to talk you through what I did and how I did it. So yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm really hoping to learn quite a bit, and on top of the knowledge that I already have in the ZIBO mod and PMDG. So top of descent is coming up very shortly.
1,000 to go.
Oh, top of cruise, sorry, not top of descent. 3 nautical miles out. So now, while I've got you guys here on the stream, if you have a look at my two FMCs, I actually control one FMC with one app, and I also have the FO app as well, and that's all with a tablet. Now, I do have my phone, which I normally use the second FMC for, the pilot monitoring, which is the one over the left-hand side. I normally use the phone, but I'm actually using the phone to monitor chat for YouTube at the moment, because my laptop is back there somewhere, and I couldn't be bothered. It was a spur of a moment thing. I turned on X-Play, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to stream it. But yeah, I normally have my laptop set up on the left hand side here so I can monitor chat if there is any, but I'm just using my phone. So yeah, that is from Google Play. You can get it. It's ZIBO mod only. and that is FO. What's it called? FO dash forward FO X-plane CDU, and the other one is X-plane CDU, which is the captain side. There's two sides to it. So yeah, just watching what's going on here with the aircraft. We're getting some turbulence, so I'm gonna just tell these guys to buckle up. Really bad turbulence. Look at that. Oh, we're getting thrown around. Active Sky has done it again. Let's go out and check the cabin, eh? Look at that wind flex. That'd be probably us flying over the mountains, most likely. Alright, so top of descent is 175 away. So normally around about 150 you start setting up the aircraft for your descent. We can go ahead and pretty much do some of it now, and yeah, just see where bits and pieces go. So first off, we have our forecast descent page, so I'm just going to go ahead and set this up with the details that we've already got. So I just want to double check. We have a look over at this one here. It's going to put in the Sydney H.O.T.A.S, and in a couple of minutes, like 30 seconds, 40 seconds, we should have it straight away because we're using Active Sky. If you're not using Active Sky, it takes a little bit longer. So we're just double checking to see that we've got the same wind and everything, which we do. So if we go back over to the other side, and we can go back over to this one here that I've already set up, and go ahead and do the Q&H. So 1017, that's our Q&H. Now it is a nice clear day. It's still minus 19, so I'm not going to really worry about the engine temp just yet, but I'll be listening to the engines. So, but say that we want to find out when we want to turn on the or turn off our anti-ice if we do use it. So I'm just going to put in the trans level, which is flight level 110. So I need to change that as well. Nope. Hey, you going there? Welcome to the stream. We're just getting set up for a Sydney ILS approach on runway 34 left. So bear with us, we'll be there very shortly. Alright, so now I need the temperature really quickly for Sydney, which is 17 degrees Celsius, so 63 degrees Fahrenheit. We'll move over here really quickly. I'm just going to use the mouse. I'm not going to worry about changing my tablet over. We'll go here and just check to see. Yep, 17 and dew point 4, which is really good. It's exactly the same, so that's what I was hoping to get out of Active Sky. So, so 17. So it's minus 1. The deviation is minus 1. So minus 1 there. So this looks pretty cold. Pretty damn cold. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and fill out some very important things for the flight level. So flight level 360, flight level 240, and we'll just do another flight level of 120. And the winds for the 340 is at 242 at 54. Yeah, I don't think this is simulated in this particular model of ZIBO, but the PMDG definitely works. So you can do this in the PMDG. and it works, and it will set up your descent profile. Yeah. Problem is I got to do all of that myself. None of this calculating automatically stuff for this whole semester looks like it's going to be full on. The likelihood of me getting out more streams is going to be very problematic. Next week, we've already got 2 assignments given to us, so I can actually start right now if I wanted to, but having a little bit of a break because I know the one of the assignments is going to be insane. Alright, so that's our top of descent forecast page ready to go. A descent forecast page ready to go. So I can go ahead and have a look at our so we have 4.1, and if I go to the index here, perf page, which is 6.6, so 0.1 is 7, so 64.7. Now we minus 1,000 off, so it's 63.7, and then we go to here, plug it in there, and there is our speed and flaps that we'll be using. So we'll be using 30 flaps at 146 knots to land on our ILS runway, which we need 10-10 for our ISN or ILS and 3350. What we'll do is go ahead and do that now. So quickly go 335. And we're going to be doing an ILS approach, however, we're not going to be doing it. We're going to be doing it manually. So we'll leave the heading bug on the heading for now. And we don't, unfortunately, have that set for what I wanted. But we do now, so that's good. Sydney has not come up on the VORs just yet. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go look for ILS. 3-4 left, so we have 335. This little star here is the last point of contact for the top of descent, so right there is our threshold for our A threat. So that's what we'll be using for our descent, so 1900. So that's our established height I will be using. It's noted by the little plus sign. So you come in at 3,000 feet on the SOSIJ and then move down, and when you get to the ATRET marker or part of the star, that's where we should be at that particular point in time. Once we get there, when we get to about 1,000 feet off the deck, then we can put our flight level back to 3,000. However, once we hit the 10,000 mark, I'll be flying manually. In saying that, I can set that back to 3,000 right now if I wanted to, but I'm not going to. Alright, so we're going to be doing a Cat 1 ILS. We're not going to be doing a Cat 2 or a Cat 3 or whatever. Cat 3 and Cat 2, you're going to be on auto or whatever. We're going to be doing a Cat 1 landing with a radio altimeter of 163 with a DO 164 RVR, which we can't do RVR because it's not implemented into the aircraft yet. Radio altimeter 164. Oh, that was a bit quick, wasn't it? There we go. So that's our decision height right there. Now, because we're going to be manually doing this, we're going to add 40 onto that. So that'll be 204. That gives us a little bit of a leeway if I have to do a go around, because when I increase the throttles, the aircraft still has to spool up, so we'll still be descending for at least another 40 to 50 feet. So get that engine spooled up and then we can start going again. So that's why we get the extra 40 on top. Missed approach altitude, as you can see here. So we go to track 335 at 500 feet, turn left, and track 320, climb to 3,000 feet, or as directed by ATC, which most likely we would just be going out that direction, out past the 10 nautical mile range, and then back in. So, yeah, that's how we do that. Now, I did have. Now, is this actually in? Where is the tablet? I'm looking at it. I know I'm looking at it, but I cannot see it. There it is. Just right there. Notes. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, there's no notes there. Didn't think there would be. I did find the other day. There's a particular formula on how to find where you're meant to do your top of descent. Now, I've lost it. I don't know where it is. But it's something to do with your height and blah 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 and your whatever, and it gives you like your top of descent, basically the fixed area. So this is what I'm talking about. So you go to the fixed area. So we're gonna go 3-4 left, or you can put Sydney YSSY. 3-4. See, it's not popping up. So we'll just do Sydney. But normally you can put runways in there. Oh, I know why I didn't do that. So hang on a second. Runway 3-4 left. There we go. That's why I didn't do it. Okay, so you have to put the RW there. I knew that. I was just testing you. Alright, so we're not going to worry about the big one. We'll just put 14 in. We'll put 12 in. And we'll put 8 in. An 8 mile final. So 8 mile final, when we get to the 14 mark, we want to be at around about 5 flaps. When we're at the 12 mark, we want to be sitting at 15 gear down. So flaps 15 gear down, and then at the 8 we want to be at 30 flaps with our speed ready to go at what's it, 146 from memory. Now you will see that right there, 146. That's our reference guide on our altitude indicator, or the further left, our MDF. Okay, or MFD. Multifunction display, MDF. I don't know what I was thinking. I am still trying to rattle all that information that I got over the last couple of days in my head. So, going crazy. Alright, so we go 100 nautical miles away from our top of descent. Now, to find out how far we go, what time we'll get there, you'll see there at Sydney. Alright, there is 10 past 3 Zulu time. Now, currently it is 2:24, so we're not going to be there for at least another 45 minutes. So, by all means, go grab a drink, do whatever. I am going to go and turn some music on, and I will be right back. I need to go grab a drink. I've been talking this whole time. We'll go ahead and see you in a second. But I will be back, endeavour to be back. I'll leave you with a couple of views as well, so I'll be moving the views around for you in a second as well, so you can have a look inside, outside the aircraft, and vice versa. Go ahead and open up that, and be back in a minute. Alright guys, I'm back. Alright, so just had a bit of a break and had a look at some few things. Put some music on. Okay, so we're 30 nautical miles away from our top of descent. The aircraft is now starting to do its retard. And we'll be starting our descent down into Sydney YSSY. So without further ado, let's get this show on the road, shall we? So first off, we're going to quickly check over there, so you can see over this quickly. I'm just going to redo the ACARS, the ACES required for Sydney. We're just going to double check that really quickly, just to see what Sydney actually is now, which one thing's changed that I can see out of that so far, which is the 1.6, and the temperature changed as well. But that's okay, so we've really done much of what we can. So we've got a QNH of 1016, and the weather has not changed. It's just changed slightly with the increase of 1 knot at QVIRTUAL. So yeah, we're good. I think we're good to land on runway 34 left, so we don't need to change anything, so I'm happy with that. I'll put that back on the legs page over there and leave that FO side alone. Alright, so we're going to go check out our landing. So it's our 146. Okay, so as you can see, 146 already. Go up here and check everything sorted, and we're pretty much good to get going. So what I can do here now, I can pretty much start our top of descent if I wanted to, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually bring our speed down a little bit already. So once we get to our top of descent, we'll actually start slowing down a little bit faster. So once we've done this, then I'll reset this up. Alright, so top of descent is now started, so I can go ahead and just increase that speed a little bit, just so we're already under. So this is what one person had problems with, trying to keep this top of descent. This is one thing that I want to have a look at and make sure that it was okay. So one person had a problem with that that I wanted to help out with, and it seems fine by me. He was up in the 350 mark up here. As you can see, it's starting to speed up already, but we're still on glide path. We're still within the 500 plus or negative. So as long as you are within the C bracket, you're on path. You don't need to worry if it's dead on that line or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and work on our speed brake as well. So flight detent just over here. As you can see, it's dead on, but that's okay. We're not really caring about that at all. Alright, so our top of descent has started, so we'll go ahead and tell the lovely passengers to put on their seatbelts. Alright, so we're going to be hitting our, once we get under 300,000, or 30,000, or 300,000. Why did I say 300,000? That's so far up in the air. It's crazy. Alright, speed brake's up. So once we're under the flight level 300, we'll put our bank back to 25, which should be more than enough to land the aircraft. Now, at the start of the stream, you would have seen something down here. That's actually my co-pilot. So if you guys have ever used the PMDG with the FS to crew, it's basically something very similar. It's a really, really good one. But X-plane, I prefer not to use it. The startup procedure is a little bit to be desired. I use it for more so the cleanup of the aircraft. That way I can clean the aircraft up without having to clean the aircraft up, basically. So yeah, Copilot does it all itself. Alright, so we're going to go bank level 25 degree now. As you can see, that was not 10 degrees. Like, see, I'm just doing it for standard operating procedures, but as you can see, it's nothing. Alrighty. So Sydney is shown up there, so we're going to take that VOR off now and put the ILS on. So 110.10. That's what that is there. So I'll make calls just as if I was on VATSIM. So I'll make one now. So Qantas flight 861 descending through 8,200 feet en route to Sydney, inbound to land, runway 34 left. So yeah, that is if I was on VATSIM, I would put that either in the chat panel. They're meant to be making a whole voiceover communications thing so everyone can actually use voice instead of typing. The only time you can use voice in VATSIM is if you're in a towered controlled airspace, so I can't wait until they get that all sorted and we can just start talking to each other. I was going to be on VATSIM for this, but I haven't tested out the aircraft as such, so I'm sitting here on 19 frames, 18 frames, and I do have my graphics pretty much all the way up, so yeah, that's what I used to sit on with my graphics all the way down, but my graphics all the way up now, so go fig, you know. Probably get worse when we get into Sydney. We'll see. I'm holding my breath. Crossing fingers, crossing my I's and T's. But yeah, we're still a whiles away from actually descending. So we're gonna get there at 12 past 3 Zulu time, and it is 45 or 15 to quarter to 3 Zulu time, whatever you want to call it. 45 past, quarter to 2, quarter to 3. So yeah, it's quarter to 3 Zulu time at the moment, according to the clock, and we're not going to get there for at least another 30 minutes or so. So 13 Zulu, 13 past 3 Zulu hours, so almost 15 past the hour. But yeah, no, it's really good to get back into flying. It's only 12:46 PM, which is really good. I really do miss flying, and I really hope to continue some more flying and get some more videos out there for you in the future. I will be doing YouTube videos, like I said, for all the stuff that I do with my D-Class simulated experience coming up. I will also be looking at, I think we do a startup procedure as well. Excuse me. Yeah, so we'll be doing a startup procedure, and that one will be like week 4, I think. Exercise 4. So we do. So there'll be a lesson, like we do one sim experience, and then we do a second sim experience, and then we do another sim experience after that as well. So it's pretty much one after the other, after the other, after the other. So day on, day off, day on, day off. So the days between the day off is where I study. So hopefully we can get most. I want to try and get most of my sim experience done. I've got a couple of assignments that I want to get started this weekend and hopefully finish before I even attempt to do any of the sim stuff. Otherwise, they're just gonna like impact the sim is going to impact my assignments, and my assignment's going to impact the sim. So I think one of my assignments, excuse me, one of my assignments is due on the same day as my, if I get the exam, the sim time that I want. Now we have to book our own times, and if I do get the one that I want, our sim time is going to be, our exam will be on the 15th, the same day as a bloody assignment that's due. Fun day for me. So ugh. So we're coming up to our distill now, and our above, so below 9,000, above 8,000. So we've got to stay above 8,000 for that. I'll just put some speed brake out real quick, just to slow us down, keep us under our 250. $737 just wants to drop out of the sky. It's insane. That's me mucking around with the trim right there. I was wondering why it's... Oh, there you go. That's better. It was all the way to the right for some reason. I don't know why I was doing that. So, just this last part coming down, it's basically just a waiting game. I can see Sydney there, it's just not going to get any closer. I don't need to go quicker either. Like, if you don't know where Sydney is, guys, that's just this area here. You follow the coast down. The bridge, the Sydney Harbour Bridge should be in there somewhere, maybe up here. Probably be there, I think. I think that's the airport. No, airport's over here. So, Oh yeah, this is city. It's tier. So this is where fun will start kicking in. I might actually put this up to we don't need to put it up 3,000 just yet. Alright, so this is where the fun will start kicking in. So we'll do our ISO dev set standard lights, and autopilot will come off, and I'll endeavour to take over the aircraft and fly the route down to the airfield. I try and do it around 10,000 feet. If there's a lot of zigzagging and turning and a whole bunch of other stuff that I have to do at the same time, I normally keep it until the established, and then I'll fly it in from there. I'm going to fly the ILS approach, so I'll be using ILS the whole way down, using the two the two little things on the flight director here. I can also use the approach tab there, but I don't really do that because I prefer just to have this thing sitting right here. I may turn this one on here to center so I can see where everything is positioned if I need to look over that direction. If I want to, I can just sit back a bit. Alright, so we're setting standard, so I can fly like that if I wanted to. Alright, so set standard. We're coming down to our 10,000 feet mark here. Go ahead and apply some speed brake, and I'll turn on the lights now, and go ahead and disarm that. Turn the annoying alarm off. Now I've got control of the aircraft, and I want to just try and keep the aircraft on that straight and narrow all the way down. This is where I start learning how to fly certain things. Okay, keep the speed brake right where I want it, just for a bit of momentum. Oh, we'll turn that off now. I'll actually use a speed brake from now on down on the joystick. Alright, I see the airport dead ahead of us. Now, Barrow, we're going to be below 9,000 feet, which is coming up. So Bravo, Echo, Romeo, Oscar, Whiskey. So we'll be below 9,000 feet in no time. So there we are right there. We're actually below, so I'm just going to pick up the aircraft and bring us back on path. So if that little e-brake on the right hand side, that little purple triangle, diamond, laying down diamond is above the e-bracket, that means you're below, and if it is below the e-bracket, it means you're too high. We're back on glide path there. I'll just drop the nose again. We're good. If I want, I can just stay on the pink line. I try and keep the pink line as best I can. Good old pink magenta line. Pink magenta line. You can't say that, because they're two different colours. Yeah, so follow the magenta line as best you can when you're trying to line up the VNav and LNav. So on your flight directors there, they will align you up pretty well. Alright, so we're going to start dropping the nose again. Just going to hold it up just a tad longer. There we go. I just want to get that speed. Speed down. Yep. Something's telling me that I don't know. Still too low. Maybe it's if I have a look at the legs here, I had to be at 9,000 feet apparently, but back there it said I had to be below 9,000 feet. So really weird. So I'm just gonna hold it. We're going to be at 6,000 feet at Zulu Oscar November Kilo Alpha. So you can see that over there. Above 3,000 feet. So we're not going to take much notice at above 3,000 feet. That is the missed approach altitude area. So just got to be above that just in case there is a missed approach altitude aircraft out there. But we're flying well and truly. Oh, 16 FPS. Oh, yuck. 16 FPS over Sydney. Still doable. So far, 1 hour flight time. By the time we get down, it'll be like 1 hour and 10 minutes, I think. Alright, so we're at 9,000 feet, so I'm just gonna level it off here. Alright, we're going to start making a right turn. Now the runway is directly below us, the one that we're going to be on. So we're going to start making our right turn over to our top of descent. So we have a second top of descent there, as you can see. That just popped up on the radar. Just in front of us. That top of descent is our next one that we need. And we've got to be above 6,000. Yep. Above 6,000, and then we're going to descend down to the 5,000. So it'll be above 9,000 above the airport the whole way. So we'll just sit up here for a bit. I'm not going to worry about doing flaps and stuff until we're on the other side of the airfield. As you noticed, I haven't touched them yet, even though we're inside the rings, like I said. But yeah, we do that on the approaching side of things. I am down to like 12, 13 frames. It's insane. Doesn't look like 12, 13 frames. You have a look at the frames up here. That's insane. 15 frames. Honestly, does not look that though. I might drop my graphics back down again. This is just a test to see what works. That's appalling. That is dead set appalling. Like, what kind of computer do you need to play at 50 frames? But I gotta say, it is a little bit better than what it used to be. I used to get 9 frames flying over this sometimes. But I did turn the graphics up, so I kind of expected it. But I'm looking at it on YouTube at the same time as you guys. Oh, not at the same time if you watch it later on. But I'm still looking at YouTube. Now, if I drop that down to 5, my frames go up just a tad, so. Alright, we'll get rid of that now. So it'll be dropping right here. I'll put that back out to 10. Set that down, set a heading to A3. For a couple of days off on not touching the sim for a while, I'm actually doing alright. Not to toot my horn, but alright, set that up to 3,000 feet. Done. Cool. Prepare for landing. Sydney South, Qantas flight 861, inbound to land, runway 34 left. And alright, so we're coming up to our vector now. As you can see, the vector goes just a little bit past the 14, which is exactly where I'm going to put it. So we'll swing around to the left here, and we'll say goodbye to our vector, and then move on. Once the vector has disappeared, we'll move into our next section. So we'll establish at about 3,000 feet for our vector. Nash is about 4,000 feet actually. I dropped it there, didn't I? Alright, so it's telling us that we need flaps now, so I'm going to put 5 flaps out. Alright, so vector is now completed, so we're going to start turning in towards Sydney now. And really quickly go over here and turn on the other VOR, other ILS. So ILS has now been turned on. Flaps are set for 5. And V lock up. Alright, flaps 10, and I'll put the gear down as well. Just put my mouse up there, just in when it drops its speed out for me, when the speed thing turns off, or the VNav, whatever. Alright, so VLOC, VOR and LOL have locked in, so I'm going to go ahead and take over on the approach. Alright, established the visual approach on Sydney 1-way-3-4 left there. I've got the poppies in sight. We're sitting right on par right now, as you can see. So I'm established, so I know I'm established, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on some more lights and continue. We're good to go. Now, one thing I didn't do while we were up in the air, I just totally forgot, is this. So I'm going to put that on 2 today, so we can stop nice and quick. From here, we're going to go ahead and turn the heading and bug around to 335 as well. Alright, so we're established on glide slope now. So I'm going to start dropping the nose down. Now that we're established on glide slope, the speed has popped up. So now we can bring that down to our assigned reference, which is 30 at 146. We're at 8 knots now, so flaps down to 30. So flaps are now at 30, or going down to it at least. Speed brake is armed. Auto skid is on 2. and we are pretty much ready to. Yeah, we're very good. We're good. So now I'm just looking at the attitude indicator, and you can see those on the outside of the attitude indicator. You have the two diamonds, one on the horizontal and one on the vertical. So the horizontal you want to keep into the center. That'll be the center line, and the other one saying that we're too high at the moment. We have a look at our descent over here. We're actually coming in pretty steep. So I want to try and lower that as low as possible. Once I've established the poppy, the pappies, so 2 red, 2 white that I can see already. So try and maintain the 2 red, 2 white whole way down. Curious to see what my frames are. 14 still. Alright, so we got 3 red, 1 white. I'm going to just bring up the aircraft just a tad so I can get my 2 red back again. And I'm going to try and creep out to the left here as well at the same time. Alright, 2 red, 2 white again. I'll just lower the nose just a tad bit more. Flaps are on 40. I don't want flaps 40, so I'm going to bring flaps up 30. Hopefully they stay on 30 this time.
1,000 feet stabilized, Mr. Perch altitude.
So this is where you normally, the FO would set is reset the Mr. Approach altitude. We don't have an FO. It's all me, unfortunately. Little old me. When we do the D-class sim, there's actually 2 of us, so it's going to be really fun. So yeah, coming off at 10,000 feet the whole way. No autopilot, no nothing. That's brilliant. Really enjoying this flight so far. So first day back on streaming as well. I was going to do this all by myself, no stream or whatever. So
400.
yeah, no, I don't mind streaming, recording. It helps me get criticism. I really do appreciate it from some of my subscribers. They get involved and give me comments. I got to do some more Q400s, they say, so I will be getting out and do some more Q400s eventually.
200 minimums.
Alright, so 2 red, 2 white. I just want to... Oh, 3 red, 2 white. 1 white, 3 red.
100.
2 red, 2 white, right there. So we're gonna get the threshold right where I want it, which is really good.
40. 30. 20.
Alright, we're gonna flare up now. There we go. Reverse. So we don't want that one. We want to stop before this next taxiway. So I got the reverse on right now. So chuck some brakes on just for a second.
knots.
80 knots. Reverse is off. Flaps up. And I think it's F6.
Beginning shutdown procedures.
No! It's F5. Aha! I did it again. So it's actually shutting down the aircraft. Stupid ass. Yeah, that's. I gotta get rid of that. I don't use shutdown procedures at all
Shutdown procedures completed.
in here at all. So yeah, it's really annoying. All right, well. Go ahead and turn that on. Yeah. Oh well, I knew something would go wrong, so I'm just going to turn the battery off here, guys, and I'll say goodbye to you guys, and I'll sort out this bullshit for you guys later. Yeah. Don't press the wrong bloody keybind. I'm actually going to go get rid of that right now. That is so effing annoying. I hate that keybind. Why the hell is it still in this? Oh, yeah. I told it to piss off. Get rid of it. I don't like that shit. I don't like it. Get rid of it. No. Get rid of it. How do I delete this thing? There. That. Fuck it off. Get rid of it. The one I wanted was this fucking one right here. So, yes, piss it off. F5. I knew it was F5. I don't know why I even touched it. So, but we're gonna keep rolling out here somewhere. So, anyways, thanks guys for watching. Good landing, but we just parked in the most ridiculous spots. All right. Well, thanks guys, and I'll see you later. Bye.